Hello and how are you? My name is Mohindo Mbarak and I welcome you to our very first video of learning how to make Flutter user interfaces. It's going to be a series of so many videos, and in these videos we are going to look at very many different components and following very good programming practices that can help us in in our day-to-day life of creating mobile applications. User interfaces are very important to applications because they are the ones that interact with the users, or the users interact with the user interfaces with the application. So if you make poor user interfaces or application that does not look good or does not have good user experience, it means that the users will not appreciate it, and if they don't appreciate it, they will not be able to promote it, or they'll not be able to come back to you. So having doing good nice user interfaces or good user interfaces is very crucial to a mobile app developer. So I'm going to do this series of very good number of videos of how we can create different day-to-day interfaces, and you can even stock these interfaces somewhere so that you keep on coming back to them and use them in different kind of projects. So without wasting much time, let's go straight in our today's business, and we start learning how to create different kinds of user interfaces in Flutter, or I can call it maybe UI challenge or whatever you want to call it, but it's going to be a serious journey. So I want you to get your hands dirty. Don't just watch the video that I'm going to be teaching you. Watch as you practice. Okay, I've already created these interfaces, so I don't need to repeat myself, but I'm going just to be explaining everything step by step. I'll not explain it. I'll be creating even some. So I'll be explaining them as you also do it, as you go. So go ahead and do it and write them. So by doing like this, it will be able to save our time that I used to type. However, I already have my code, so I'll be explaining how everything works, and also maybe what needs modification, I'll be doing the modification in the video. All right, without wasting much time, let's go straight and start our today's journey of learning how to make different kinds of user interfaces in Flutter by following the Google recommended material UI design. Okay, let's do this. So we're going to begin with creating the fresh new application. So I'll close this application that is here, close project, close all projects, and I'm going to create a new application, new project. So I'll simply come say Flutter project, and then I'll go, well, that will be the SDK. I just say Flutter and then I click next. I hope you already know how to do this. So here I'm going to give this the name, so I don't know how I should call it, Flutter UI or UI challenge. Okay, I'll call it maybe UI. Mobile app UIs, I don't know. I don't know how I should call it, but you'll find maybe a good way along the way. All right, so I can call it maybe Flutter UI. UI is UI, whatever. So it is in my in this folder, and I'm going to call this one maybe Flutter user interfaces. All right, so after doing that, it's going to be an application. This can be our temporary name. It's going to be Scotland. Everything is going to be the way it is. Maybe I can remove in iOS and Linux and Mac and web and Windows. I keep Android only for now, and then after I go ahead and say create the project. So I'll wait for the project to be created. So there's the project. After it has been created, I'll go ahead and run the project. So my emulator is there. I'll run the project. So there's a lot of materials that I don't want you to repeat. I don't want you to repeat again and again and again. So I'm going to provide you with these materials so that when you start your project, you don't suffer with material. You just concentrate on the work only. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to, I will publish the basic file or the startup file, the startup project. So for you, you'll just clone it and then you use that startup project. I'll put the link in the description of this video so that you don't suffer with creating your own images, creating your own UI. Creating things that are very common like the data, all that stuff. I'm going to share with you so that for you, just download the Scratch file or the Scratch folder. The Scratch application, and then you start from that from that Scratch application. So that Scratch application will come with assets, and the link I'll put in the description of this video. That asset will have pictures, etc. Okay, so you can see I've already started my application. There it is. Okay, this is a typical Flutter application. So the first things that I'm going to add in this application, the one that I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you the pubspec.yaml, this one. Okay, so the whole pubspec.yaml, I'm going to put it here. Okay, I'm going to put it here. So your task will be just to download that pubspec.yaml and then start following along. Okay, or start implementing what I'll have just done, because I don't want you to suffer by looking for your own images. I just want you to concentrate on the work only. So let me first organize this guy. Okay, so we begin with pubspec.yaml. So I'm going to today, right now in this video, creating just a Scratch folder, a Scratch file. So you may just watch, because I'm going to give you this file. I'm going to give you the link of this project. I'll tell you where we'll start from. Just watch how I do everything, and then I'll say, okay, here we are now starting. So that's where we'll get it. You download that folder that I'll share with you. You put it in your project. You put it in your phone, and then you start from there. Okay, so I'll begin by removing these useless comments. I don't need these comments for now, so I'll go ahead and remove them. I don't want these comments. Remove all the comments. So I hope you're watching. All this is a part of learning. Some people think these comments are needed and they'll leave them there. So let's learn. Okay, so I'll remove all. Even these assets, I'll put my own. All right, so after doing that, the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to add my own packages, the packages that I really want. Okay, so here they are. So I can just in the form of for the assets I need only the folder of images. Okay, let me just copy everything and I put it the other side. Okay, up to the environment, just simply come and copy this, and I'll explain up to version. So I'll come and copy up to version and put it there. All right, so these are the packages that we're going to use in this project. Okay, so I'm going to explain them. We're going to use Flutter, that is okay. Cappuccino icons, that is okay, that comes with it. We're going to use getX. This is called getX. This getX, we will use it for navigation and local database and state management. This getX. So you should be knowing how we're going to use getX. So you should add it in your app. Okay, we are going to use Flutter Toast. You know Flutter Toast. It is used for doing what? For making those simple toasts. We're going to use intl or intl. This one we use it for converting the dates and other different conversions. It simplifies the life of converting different things. We're going to use package info. This one just helps in knowing the package information. We're going to use the HTTP this one will help us to make HTTP requests, but we'll not use it so much. Okay, we're going to use it Flutter speed dialer. We're going to use shared preferences. We're going to use one signal. One signal, we may not use it right now. Let me remove it. Okay, we're going to use URL launcher. URL launcher, it helps us to launch the URLs and also the fonts. This shared preference helps us to save the keys in the local database. Okay, you're going to use backdrop. You're going to use Flutter staggered grid view. We're going to use SQLite. SQLite, you know it is used for local database, and then you're going to use path for accessing the local files. We're going to use cached network image. You already know this one for offline fault images. We're going to use this HTML. This HTML, we use it to display the data in the form of HTML. We're going to use web view for displaying the web views in the app. We're going to use material design. We're going to set it to free, and then we're going to use an asset of images. These images, I'm going to share them with you. So I'm going also to share with you this pubspec.yaml. So these are the things that we're going to use. So when we'll be teaching the thing that you don't know, of course, I'll be explaining them. But these are the most important packages that we're going to use in this journey of learning how to create user interfaces by following the good practices. So let me go ahead and install this. So I'll just simply click on pubget. Okay, so pubget, it is going to do what? To install all these into my application. So also go ahead and do the same. Don't bother to do this by your own. Of course, you can do them. You can pause the video and copy them and do them, but don't bother. I'm going to share with you this project. In the middle of this video, I'm going to share with you, and then I'll tell you, okay, forget about everything. Now we start from here. Download this project from this place, and then we start from here. I'm going to show you everything, okay? Because it's going to be a serious journey of learning user interfaces. Okay, so that is our pubspec.yaml. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to add is the assets. So these are the assets. In assets, we just literally have images. So I'm going to copy this assets folder and I put it there. So I'll come and copy the asset folder and I put it in this project that we're going to do together. So I'll come and put it here. Put asset folder into board X. Yes. So this is the asset folder. So in this asset folder, of course, you're accessing the images, as you can see here. So that's what we're going to use, asset. So these are the assets. I'm giving you these images for free. Just go ahead and download it. They have a lot of things that you're going to do to use, icons and the rest. So instead of you suffering creating your own images, you are going to download this application and then the learning, so that we can focus on learning. Okay, I hope you understand my point. All right, so we're going to need that assets folder. Okay, after having the assets folder, what else do you need? The lib. This is where the logic is going to be. I think that's it. Okay, then you're going to need the data. This data that you're seeing here, this data. I don't know whether you'll need also the models. Okay, I'm going to give you the models and the data. Okay, I'm going to give you those two so that you should not suffer. The models and the data. So when you reach a model, we'll be explaining how to deal with that model. So that our focus should be only on the user interface, not on the logic of creating the back end. Okay, so but I'll explain everything. So I'm going to copy the model and the data. Those two are also going to come in the Scratch file. The Scratch project that I'm going to share with you. So I'll come and paste them here in this project that we're doing. All right. So I think those are enough for you to get started. So you have the data, you have the models, good, and then you have this main file. This main file is crying. I think it doesn't need me to have this super. I'm going to remove it. Okay. Okay. I'll go ahead and remove this test. I don't need it. Okay. So yeah, so that's our application. I'm going to share with you this code, so don't worry about anything. until right now. Don't worry about anything. Okay, so this data, it is having SQLite. What does it say? First remove this notification. Okay, this for notification. Let me first remove things that you don't need. For example, the notification I don't need. You don't need them right now. Let me first remove those ones. Let me remove things that you don't need. Okay, you don't need those ones. So this is the dummy data. You don't. What else is crying there? People model. I'll just import it. Yeah, just some models are not imported. Okay, yours just to copy the project and start focusing on the user interfaces. Okay, but I'll explain these things as we proceed. So still don't worry. Then lastly, this one. All right. What else is crying? I have to remove these ones. Okay, so in this main, there's something is crying. We're going to remove those ones. In this main, in fact, we're going to put our own main. Okay. Okay, these are just our simple screens. We have a splash screen, and then the main screen, and then the about us screen. Let me remove the about us screen. You don't need it now. We're going to design our own splash screen. Okay, so we may even not need that one now. Let's just put our home screen, our menu screen. Now you can call it menu screen. Okay, so we're going to come here and create another folder of screens. We are going to create now a fresh folder of screens. Folder called screens. So inside these screens, so we're going to put our first screen that we're going to call cascade menu route, that you use for routing. That's like our home screen. Then just simply put stateless widget, paste there the name, import the data. Okay, so here we are going to, I think you don't need this. All right, so we're going to come here. Okay, that's our simple home screen. Okay, so we're going to come here to the home screen and then import this. Okay, there's no more thing that is crying. So I hope you're now on the same level. So this is the simple Scratch file, the Scratch app that you're going to need. Okay, so that we should be able to learn the thing that we're going to learn. Can get the dependencies. Let me run the application. Stop it and run it again. All right. Okay, so we're going to have those screens are the one that we're going to begin with. So it is loading. Let me prepare here something. So you'll have to come here to compile SDK and make 34. I want the application to run so I can be able to share the code. All right, also the min SDK should be 22. Let me make sure it is running, then I share the code with you at once. Okay, it is running now. Good, that's our home screen. All right, so in this home screen, we're going to have our what? In this home screen, we're going to have our menu. So just simply going to come here and say list view. So we're going to give it, for example, our first menu is going to be about, okay, let's first put here our app bar. So let us surround it with the scaffold. Has to be body. So I give it app bar, for example. All right. Okay, I know it's boring. I know it is boring, but it's worth it. Yeah, but we are just setting up to something very interesting, trust me. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's how we're going to begin from. Okay, so I'm going to put this application to GitHub and I show you how you can clone it. So I'll show you how to publish your application, even your application GitHub. This is how you do. So I'll go to where my project is. So you first install GitHub software. This is my GitHub software. You just install it. To search GitHub and then put it in your phone. In your laptop and install it. And then you log into your account. Then after, go to your project where it is. For example, Flutter UI, this is the one that we're going to work with. I'm just going to drag and drop this project in that in this Android studio. This GitHub repo. Just going to say Flutter UI and then drag and drop it there. Okay. So after doing that, they'll tell me that this project is not on GitHub yet. Okay. So I'm going to say create a repository. Okay. So I don't know how I should call it. Should I call it Flutter UI? Yeah. Let me come here and cheat on ChatGPT. I'll say I'm not organized. Yes. Nice name for Flutter UI training course. Run to suffer. Mastering. Yeah, mastering Flutter UI. That is good. Flutter fitness. Alright, that's good. I think I should use that one. So the project name is going to be Mastering Flutter UI. Okay, so yeah, that's going to be the name of our project. Okay, the description, what etc, everything is okay. Yeah, that is okay. So I'll go ahead and create the repository. So I've created the repository. So after creating the repository, I'll go ahead and publish it. Okay, I publish it. Okay, so after publishing it, I hope you don't add the build files, the build folders. So git ignore. That's okay. So the app is now on public. So I'm going, did I make it public? I don't know. So I'm just going to go view on GitHub. To see on GitHub, I think it is not public. All right, so this is the link. So you'll go ahead and clone this. I'm going to show you even how to clone. So I'll just make sure it is public. So you guys should be able to do it. To get it. Okay, so it's now public. So you'll come to my to my repository. Can I change this name? You'll come to my repository and get this project. Let me rename it. Mastering Flutter UI. That's okay. So this is the project, okay? This is the project. So for you, what you'll do, so you see I give you the images, I give you the YAML file, everything. So for you, what you'll do, you'll just simply come here. So if you don't have GitHub in your computer, you can as well download the zip. So you download the zip, you'll have this one in your laptop. All the images, everything that I've set, you'll be able to get them. And if you have GitHub, you just copy this and then say clone. Okay, come here and say clone, and then select say URL, and then put the URL and select where you want this project to be saved, and then say clone. So once it finishes cloning, you will have exactly the same thing in your laptop that I've just created. So go to that folder, then drag and drop it in your in your Android Studio. Then you'll have something like mine. So by there, you'll be able to get started with this course. I'll put the link of this video. I'll put the link of this repository in the description of the video, so you can be able to do what to get started. I'll also put in the WhatsApp group, and in case you don't get the link, you can as well find it on my GitHub. Search Mubahood360, you'll be able to get it there. Or you can just go to my YouTube channel, go to the description of the video, you'll be able to get the description. So go ahead and download that. That's all you need. So we'll be able to do what? To get started. So let's get started right now. Okay. So what we're going to develop right now, we're going to develop this. Let me show you what we're going to do right now. Oh, the problem, I have one phone. Let me just take a screenshot of what we're going to do, and then we get started. Alright, we're going to do that. It is simple, but it's beautiful. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do an Instagram splash screen. Okay, when you open Instagram, what do you see? So we're going to do something like that. So don't undermine it, because we're going to learn small things and big things. So do a favor to yourself and do everything. Don't say, this is too simple, I will not do it. Please be humble. Try it as a challenge. Okay, so this is what we're going to do right now. Okay, I hope we're together. So this is what you're going to do. I don't know where I should put it. Let me see if I can put it on another screen. I think I cannot go on another screen. Okay. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay. Save it home. Okay, it will be here. Okay, that's okay. All right, so that's what we're going to do, members. That's what we're going to do. It's not so much, it's not very hard, but it can be a challenge. So let's go ahead and start. That's what we're going to do. So let's go to application. Our application is here. So this is the time now you start now. Go ahead and clone your application and then start doing these things. Where is it anyway? Okay, so the first section is going to be splash screens. So let me just simply come here and say maybe serve a way of organization. So I'll come to our main route, our menu route here. I'm just going to put here maybe my simple widget. Okay, I'm going to have a place where I'll be keeping my widgets. Okay, I'm going to put here splash screens. Okay, let's go ahead and put our first splash screen, which is going to be Instagram splash screen. Okay, Instagram splash screen. Okay, so I want now when someone clicks here, you should be taken to that Instagram splash screen. So I'll come here and put what on top? open, and then put Instagram splash screen. So the way how we're going to organize our things, let me make my, okay, I hope you can see my menu here. So the way how we're going to organize our things, we're going to be putting all of them in a folder, things that are related. So here I'm going to come here to screens. I'm going to create another one called, I'm going to create I'm going to come here to screen. I'm going to create a folder called splash screens. Okay, so I come here and say new folder or new directory and call it splash screens. So that's what we're going to have, all the things of splash screens. All right, so let's go ahead and start doing it. Okay, so we're just going to come here and put Instagram. Let me see how I'll be naming them. Can't put this guy here. So I just simply come and say Instagram file. I'll begin that splash, so all of them, they should be in the same order. Splash underscore Instagram dot what the dot. Okay, so don't ask, always add. So come here and create a stateful widget, and then we're going to put there Instagram, like that. Splash Instagram. All right, so I'll go ahead and import this. So this is just a simple what? A simple screen. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to do this. This is what we're going to do, okay? All right, so we're going to begin. By putting their scaffold, so everyone knows how to put scaffold. So I'll just simply come and put scaffold. So I remove constant and put scaffold. Okay, so after putting scaffold, what I'm going to do, I'm going to navigate to this screen. Okay, so to navigate this screen, we added a package called getx, okay, in the project. It helps even in navigation. So we're going to come here. When someone taps here, what you do, you just write get.to. So it's not like the way how we were doing it at first. Just write get.to and then open your bracket, and then open the bracket, then point at the screen that you want to navigate to. So that is the power of getx. If you still remember, I told you the library called get, you are going to use it. So you have to have getx in your packages in order to navigate to this screen. So that's our first screen, Instagram screen. So if I click on this Instagram screen, go ahead and save. So if I click on this Instagram screen, I should be able to go to Instagram screen here. So let's go ahead and design that. So what we're going to do first, we're going to put there an app bar in this scaffold. Okay, you're going to put there an app bar in that scaffold. I believe you all know how to put an app bar. So I'll come here. As I told you, some things I'll be copying them because I don't want to repeat myself, so, and to save your time. But you have to write them. Okay. So I'll come here and add app bar. You see, app bar, and then say app bar background is white. Okay, background is white, and then the elevation is 0. The toolbar is 0. I mean the toolbar height is 0. So I want to eliminate that app bar, and then I put what we call system overlay. Let me first remove this and I show you what's meant by system overlay. Okay, so I save. You'll see there is that kind of white in the background of the of these buttons, But if you know Instagram, everything is purely white, like the whole screen is white, just like the way you see this screen. Everything is white, but you see ours, it is having this kind of background white in the time in this top where there is clock. So if you want to remove that background, what you do, we come to our screen, we add there inside the app bar, we add what is called overlay, system overlay. So you import it. In this system overlay will help you to color that top bar. So we say status bar brightness, we say brightness.dark. That is the one here on top. So I say this one means that the icons should be in dark mode. And then I say status bar color, the background of the bar color, it should be white. So if I make changes, you'll see I'll achieve that. So it looks simple, but it is beautiful. Okay, so we are doing the Instagram splash screen. When you open the Instagram, what do you see? All right, so after doing that, then I'll go ahead and put now our main container. Okay, let me go ahead and put the container. So I'll come here and give the body to the scaffold body. It's going to have a container. Okay, our main container. Okay, so in this container, we're going to make the width and height to be infinity, so that they should make sure that everything reaches from the beginning up to the bottom. So go ahead and put the width and height infinity and alignment center. Okay, so this is a container that makes sure that everything is up to infinity, and the alignment of everything that we're going to put there is going to be in center. Our time is up. You're going to give me like only 3 minutes, and then we finish also that of TikTok, and then we call it a day. So I'm going to give a stack inside the stack. Okay, so I'll just simply come and put here stack. So the child of this container is going to be a stack child. Okay, all right, so to take children. Okay, after taking children, we're going now to give it what? We're going to give it a container of what? A container that's going to take an asset image. Okay, so this is nothing but a container and an asset image. So this asset image takes image asset, and then we have this class that help us to import the image. It's a class I created it. So here it is just, so I don't want to type everything, that's why I want to save time. So I want to save time, so I put here container and then put child and then say image.asset, and then I display the image, and then I make the color of the asset image to be having that kind of red in background, and also the width to be 60 and the height to be 60. So this image social Instagram PNG is the image that I have already provided you. If you don't have access to this, please download that repository. It will come with all the images that you'll see in the repo. Okay, so go ahead please and install it. So I'll save and then update. You see, so because everything is in center here, we're able to receive this one in center. So this Instagram image.png, you can even go ahead and change, maybe it's kind of shade color. Okay, I say maybe should be right over, then it will be that's right. So you see what you're doing. So you can also put there your own icon for your case. So, or you can try these things and get the idea and know how things are really done. So the next thing that we're going to do in the bottom and display the word Facebook from Facebook. So how shall we do that? I'm going to explain to you that. I'll come here after putting this image. You've seen how you have put the image. You can pause the video and do it. Then in between here, I'm going to put container and then say margin. So margin is going to be symmetric, 40-30, and then I put a column inside that, which is going to be having max size, which is going to be minimum size, and then inside that column, I'm trying to put the thing that I'm going to come on bottom. Inside that column, I just put the word from, and then I put from. So this, I think I'm also going to give it to you, this styling that I already created. I have these stylings here. Let me see in which folder they are. They're in folder of widgets, but I didn't want to give you my widgets because a lot of things are there. Okay. Let me just give the styling only. I think I should give you the, let me see how much things I have there. Okay, I think I should also give you the widgets, so I'll be explaining widgets and utilities. Then I'll be explaining them. So let me fix this progress. Go ahead and import and remove this, and also the toolbar. Remove that and import. Then everything should be all right. Right, I'll go ahead and give you also that. Okay, so this dialog, just import the colors. I shouldn't give you these utilities. Then what will you learn? Okay. All right. I think I shouldn't give you utilities because I've not learned a thing. Let me just give you all the widgets. Let me give you these ones. I'll explain everything later. All right, so I come and do what? Come and import text. I'll show you how we format this text. So when I save and update, you'll see I'll be able to have such kind of beautiful UI. I hope you guys can see it. Okay, Instagram from Facebook. It looks like it. Can you see that? I hope you can see it. Then lastly, let us do for TikTok and then we call it a day. Just do for TikTok and then we call it a day. Okay. So yeah, that's it. You see, you can be able to do something beautiful like that. All right. So that's Instagram splash screen. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the last screen for today. We're going to do the splash screen for TikTok. So I'll just simply come here and say new splash. I can just duplicate this one. Let me duplicate this one, then we'll modify. So I'll copy Instagram, copy paste, and then it's going to be splash TikTok. It's TikTok with a K, like this. Okay, TikTok. Okay, there we go. So that's our TikTok one. So I'm going to go ahead and change this class. So I'll just select this Instagram, select it, Alt and Enter, press, and then maybe TikTok screen, TikTok screen, like this, right here. So I'm going just to remove everything up to scaffold. Okay, I'm going to remove everything in the scaffold. Okay, so everything should be empty. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this TikTok on our home screen. This TikTok, I'm going to hide it on the home screen. So I'll come to home screen. Okay, and then we'll just duplicate this one. And then we'll add the word TikTok splash, and then come and paste this one to TikTok. Okay, so when someone clicks here, they should be taken to TikTok. So when I click there, I'm taken TikTok, but there's nothing in TikTok. Okay, there's nothing there. All right, so let's go ahead and do it and put our TikTok there. So we're going to just simply come and redesign the TikTok. I'd already created it. So it's going to have a scaffold. Okay, TikTok screen as we're going to give it scaffold first, then we're going to give it background color. The scaffold is going to have a background color of black, so background color of the whole scaffold should be black, and then you should have something like that. All right, after doing that, then we're going to give it an up bar. Okay, just like we did on Instagram, up bar. So come here TikTok and give it what? Up bar. Okay, so also going to have the system UI. So here the system UI overlay, for it the difference will, the UI will be light and then the color will be black. Okay, the color of text. So that on top side you should have black light and then you should have black. That is TikTok. We are going. So we are going to have much more of Instagram. So you're going to have the container that has infinities. So I'll come here and give it a body. So in this scaffold I'll give it body of container, and in this container I'm going to give it width of infinity and height of infinity. Okay, so after we're going to give it a child that is going to have stack. So we're going to give it a child that has stack. Okay, so this stack is going to have children of a column, of which I'm going to explain. So I have to give maybe this align center is on what? Is on stack is going to have a child. I mean, it's going to have a container, and the container will have children. We'll have a child of column. So give this one children of container, and then we're going to have child of what? Of column, and then this column is going to have children, and then after this you're going to have max size to be minimum here in the container, and then we're going to go ahead and put the image of TikTok in the middle. Okay, so I'll just simply come and put image.asset.tiktok. I'll go ahead and import this utility, and then this is the image that will come with the package that I share with you. So go ahead and download that what I shared with you, in case you haven't downloaded it, the Scratch file. Boom, you see, there you go. Then lastly we put a container that can be a sized height. Okay, a height with the sized box with a height, and then we go ahead and put our TikTok text with its format. Okay, this is just a format. Okay, headline, and then put context, and then say copy with color, and then this one comes with what I shared with you. So put TikTok word, boom, that is TikTok, I should say. So that is we call it a day. Yeah, in the next lecture we'll see how we can do the splash screens of Facebook, the splash screen of Twitter. Yeah, and then we proceed to another user interface. I hope you can see how we are. They are not really great, but if you're not keen enough, you will see that you can fail to make something that exactly like that. So please give yourself a challenge. Make sure that you pause the video and do this thing by yourself. Don't just watch and say I can't do that. Watch and do these things by yourself. I'm going to push these ones, and so you can have them. Okay, so you can have them, but I don't know whether I should push. Okay, I'm going to push these ones so you can have them. Then the next lecture we go now to real business. So but all I want you to do is just to challenge yourself, not just to watch without. So today we have managed to do this of TikTok and that of Instagram, and also setting up. Okay. Okay, so this is the Instagram one, and we have from Facebook here, and then this is TikTok. So next class we'll do Twitter, and then start going deep in user interfaces. All right, it has been a lengthy class, but I hope it was helpful. You're going to need this in your mobile application development in real life to make nice user interfaces. You can even create these user interfaces only one time, and then you start reusing them in your projects. Okay, we call it a day. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel or our YouTube channel, so every time we publish, you're able to get the updates. All right, guys.